They're underway in the under 15 at 3,000 metres. It's the first time that they're racing this distance at the national championships, and already taken the early lead is Schinard from Queensland. Just sitting behind him is Adams from New South Wales. He's just on the outside of him, and then making his way through on the inside is Sideridis, and then right on the outside another Queenslander in Mathewson, who's been able to take the early lead with just behind him Schinard. And look at the distance that he is now putting on them. Mathewson has got a lead of about 10 metres as they make their way through for the first 200 metres, and then it is Schinard and then Adams that make up the top three. They have been challenged behind them by Sideridis, the Victorian. So the top four looks to be tight at the moment, but leading the way quite comfortably. Still Schinard, what a performance he's been able to do in Mathewson, I should say, what performance he's been able to do in the opening first 350 metres of this race.
Is our leader, Ethan, and the first little taste of 3,000 metre running. Just hope these young men have a pretty clear race plan. It's easy to get a bit nervous, a bit overawed by the occasion. But we know Ben Schinard has had a terrific championship already. We saw him take the silver medal in 1,500 metres. And he's no doubt a clear race plan as he makes his way around WA Stadium. Mathewson from Queensland is also going well. Beau Adams, who we talked about, just outside the medals in the 1,500, so he'll just press forward. There he is, Beau Adams, with number 14 fastened to his thigh. Starting to see a little bit of a move in the peloton from Archie Sideridis. He'll be one of the favourites going in. Lorenzo Paonessa from New South Wales also looking just to sit on the heels of Sideridis, hopefully just allow him to come into the room. Sideridis, the Victorian, will be probably the hard man to beat here. He's the defending champ in the 3,000 metres, or 1,500 metres from 2024, and won the 1,500 here at these championships. And he's got the inside running down the back straight, and hit number 4 on his legs there even.
And he's just been challenged by Schinard, and then we saw the gap was about 20 or so metres that Mathewson did house. Now it's only about 5 metres, and it continues to get less and less with every step that this challenging pack takes. So Schinard has just moved past Mathewson, and they're all coming for him. It is Sideridis that is just behind him, and then from New South Wales that is just starting to make his way through on the outside. That is where we do see Paonessa. So Paonessa is in a good spot. He's in about 4th position for the moment. It is Schinard that is leading, and then just behind him is Mathewson. Mathewson, is he able to take the lead? Schinard and Gray have decided to move away from the field, and then moving with them is Paonessa. So Paonessa is in 3rd, and he's hunting down the top 2, which for the moment is Schinard and Gray.
Just under 5 laps remaining here in the under 15 boys, 3,000 metres. This is where we just start to feel each other out. And as we speak, the pace has just intensified a little bit. Sideridis there, he's sitting in 2nd. He's just got that lovely running style, just that forward lean. It's very comfortable, he's light on his feet, and he's just happy just to take a bit of a breather here. He'll sit on Schinard's heels, who was really impressive earlier at these championships. Then Lorenzo Paonessa currently there in 3rd. So Indian file running, Ethan. This is terrific distance running in the early stages.
Watch for Paonessa. He seems to be moving really smoothly and comfortable. Just behind him is Adams from New South Wales. But leading as they come into the home straight, yet again, it is Schinard. He's just got the advantage from Gray. And those two just look really comfortable. So the top 4 seem to be well established. Just trying to cling on to them is Woodhouse from Victoria. And then the early leader is Mathewson. He's in 6th. So with 4 laps to go, 1,600 metres remain. We're almost up to halfway. It is Schinard that has got the lead. Then Gray, and then back behind him is Paonessa. Paonessa's moving well, and he's just ahead of Adams at the moment. How's the battle for 5th spot? Well, that has just been held by the Victorian in Woodhouse, and then the early leader Mathewson. We saw him have some great speed earlier on in the race, but as they make their way just under halfway to go now, it does look like top 4 are just starting to separate themselves away and put themselves all into medal contenders. So we've only got about 1,400 metres to race, and at the moment there's about 4 of them that can get either medal. But at the moment the strongest is Schinard Schinard, who is about 2 metres away from Gray, and then Paonessa is just hanging off the back of them. He's about 2 metres away from Gray.
So a nice moment here in the race because it's a little bit too early to start thinking about the kick. So it's just about rhythm, it's just about control, not burning through too much energy. And you see some greens there just as the run of the race, and panic early. Mathewson went out. So now back into that 6th position in Queenslander as we now with 3 laps remaining to start to see a little bit of intensification between these 2 young distance runners. You can tell they've got plenty of miles, plenty of kilometres under the legs. It'll be interesting to see how Schinard just goes here. He's been leading now for about 3 or 4 laps, and he's had Sideridis right on his heels the whole way. So it's going to be an interesting conclusion here. 3rd still up for grabs. The Victorian now starting to come into our calculations. 2nd Victorians as we now see Schinard just feel the pressure from Sideridis. Sideridis, who we know his credentials. We've seen that turn of speed throughout these championships. We just now need to work out a time when his foot down in the closing stages. So you can see the battle in the background there. There's 3 athletes now just starting to come together for that bronze medal. That's going to be a really tight competition as we now just start to see 2 laps remaining, Ethan. A little bit more speed injected into the race.
800 metres to go. We've got a vague idea of how the medals will fall that one. We don't know who is going to be in them 1st and 2nd. For the moment, they do look locked away. It is Schinard and Gray that they're contending for 1st and 2nd. Gray just hunting down Schinard. 700 metres to go. Is Gray about to make a move? Gray's made a move. He's been able to move past Schinard, and then just back behind him, Sideridis, I should say, has just been able to move past Schinard. So Schinard is now in pursuit with 600 metres to go. How's the battle for 3rd? At the moment, leading it is Woodhouse. He has just been able to move ahead of Adams, and then behind them is Paonessa. So Paonessa still in a good spot to be able to pick up a medal, but that is how the race for bronze is at the moment as Woodhouse continues to move away. Back at the home straight, 500 metres to race, and leading the race it is Schinard. He's just been able to take it back off Sideridis, but Sideridis moves back into the lead with 450 metres to go. It's close, Travis.
So the record here for the under 15 boys, Jack Curran's 8:52.89, so it's going to have to be a pretty sharp last lap. Sideridis made his move down the back straight for Schinard. He's sticking tough, and he's still a chance here to do battle for gold. In 3rd, we can now just see him coming across the line. It is Oscar Woodhouse from Victoria. It's been a nice run from Oscar, and he's got a little bit of clearance now in that bronze medal position.
300 metres to go for our leaders. We've seen the lead change so much throughout this race. Will it continue to change? With 250 to go, that is where we see our leader in Sideridis. He's been able to put 5 metres between him and Schinard. Has Schinard got some speed with 200 metres to go? Sideridis continues to kick away. The gap was there, approaching 10 metres. Woodhouse has burnt them off behind him. He doesn't want anyone to challenge him. He said goodbye to Adams and also goodbye to Paonessa. And at the home straight, it's a big hello to our leader in Sideridis. Sideridis comes in with a gap of 15 metres. He has a look over the right shoulder. You can see the gaps now at 20 metres. He won't be caught. Nobody will be able to catch him. He's burnt them all off, and he's now the national champion for the under 15s. 9:01.78 at the time. Then next across the line. What a great race we've been able to see from Schinard. He's able to walk away with a silver medal. And who gets bronze? Well, in this lap it wasn't in any doubt. The bronze medalist is Woodhouse.
I can't believe it. Oscar Woodhouse, Victorian, was able just to press up into the race. The longer it went, the better he became. Woodhouse, and you just see Beau Adams finish in 4th place, and Lorenzo Paonessa very down 5th. Big personal best though for our champion. Sideridis was able to just a bit above 9 minutes, 9:01.77 his final time. And Schinard 9:04.73 personal best for him as well. But our champion, Archie Sideridis, claims his 2nd gold medal from these championships, and he is a star on the rise.
Definitely is a fantastic performance from him with 9:01. Not too often we see such quick times from such young athletes, and perhaps a good update for you in how our high jump competition is going for the under 16 girls. The height of the bar has been moved to